everyone. Welcome to another Make and Take craft. Today I'm going to show you how to make a wish bracelet. All of the supplies that you really need can be picked up at the library, so you just need a packet like this. You can use also some tape. I'm going to use a clipboard today. I'll show you how to do that. And if you'd like, you can use clear glue or clear nail polish to help keep your beads in place. But you don't need to do any of that, so let's get started. So it's really easy to make a wish bracelet. All you really need to know how to do is braid. So the first thing I'm going to do is going to take out all of the materials from the packet that you get at the library. So there are 7 beads and there are 3 pieces of cord, and they're all about 15 inches each. So you're going to put the beads aside to start. So let's move them over here. And you're going to take the 3 cords and you're going to kind of line them up as closely as you can, okay? And just put them together. And then you're going to make a knot about 2 inches from the end. So that's roughly here. Sometimes you can make it a little longer or a little shorter depending on the size of your wrist. But you're just gonna make a knot like that and you're gonna pull it really tight. So as tight as you can. Now, this is where the clipboard, or you can use tape comes in. I'm gonna use the clipboard to hold my knot down so that I can start braiding. Now, this is really the simple part. You just braid like you'd normally braid anything. So I find the clipboard keeps the pieces really tight together. Tape, you can tape it down, tape the knot down, maybe 1 or 2 pieces of tape to keep it pretty tight. Or you can just experiment. Sometimes I've heard of people pinning them to your jeans, and then you can kind of do this while you're sitting and watching TV. So whatever works the best for you, you're gonna wanna braid down, again, roughly 2 inches. It doesn't have to be perfect. That is pretty good. Okay, so I've got about 2 inches, a little bit less maybe, but that's okay. And now we're gonna start putting the beads onto the string. Now, you can thread the beads on any side you want, but you want to stay on the same side. So you either want to do the left side always or the right side always. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to use the right side. So what you do is you thread your bead onto the right cord. Now, you don't go all the way up to the top here. You want to tuck the bead in between the middle cord and the left cord. So sort of like you're already making that next step of a braid. So you're gonna put that right there. And then you're gonna flap the cord. Now the right is gonna be the new center cord. And you can kind of tuck him up as tight as you can. Then you take the left cord and you wrap it into the middle like you would do on a regular braid. You just added that bead. So now I've got the cords like that. You take your second bead, so I have it here, and again, this is the right cord, so it's the cord on the right side, and you fish it through. And I don't want to put this bead next to this bead. I want this bead to go in between these 2 cords. So you're gonna, like you would braid it, and you're gonna tuck it up in between. And so I have a little cross in between, underneath this first bead. And then like I did before, I'm gonna take the left cord and it's going to go into the center, okay? So right hand side again, the right hand cord. I'm going to put the bead through Go all the way across, and this one is going to sit in between the other cords. So I've got a little row here, and I take the left and I wrap it into the center. So you're just basically braiding around the beads. So the right hand side again. If the edges start to fray a little bit, that's okay. You can just roll them together to get them through the beads, or if you have your clear nail polish, you can put a little bit of it on the end of the cord to kind of keep those threads together here. And we're fishing it through. Again, I'm gonna put this fourth bead in the middle, and you can try to tighten it. They don't have to be very tight. Sometimes I found that if the tighter they are, the more they're gonna wanna pop out. We don't want that. At this stage, if they do come out, you just carefully tuck them back in between the two pieces of thread. So you can be a little loose here. The nail polish will actually keep them together, and I'll show you that in a second. So again, I'm on the right side. I'm gonna put this fifth bead in between the two legs, and then I'm gonna take the left and wrap it around. Almost done. We use 7 beads because there are 7 days in the week. And this is a wish bracelet. So the point of this bracelet isn't to last forever, because this is a very thin, kind of flexible cord. It's not gonna stay on you forever, but that's the point. When you tie it on, you make a wish. So you can make this a bracelet or an anklet, and you make a wish. And when the anklet or the bracelet falls off, your wish is supposed to come true. That's kind of how these go. So now I've got all 7 bracelets or beads on, and I've wrapped my left cord over into the center again, and now I'm just gonna keep braiding. So you braid like you normally would. Again, I find the clipboard to keep it a little bit easier. Since I have it clipped down, it's really not gonna go anywhere. But I'm also gonna put a piece of tape at the end just to keep it a little steady for a second, okay? So I've just got a piece of just regular old tape just to keep it down. What I like to do is I like to take some nail polish. So this is just a clear nail polish. And I like to kind of paint the braids around the beads. This help keeps them in place so you don't get a lot of popping out. Ooh, it's a little strong smelling, but that's okay. You won't be able to see it because it's clear, so when it dries, it'll just, that part of the cord will be a little thicker, a little stiffer, but that's okay. That's kind of what you want because you want to keep them together. So you won't be able to see it, so it's okay if you get a little messy or you get it on the beads. Just be careful if you do this on a carpet in a living room or a bedroom. And that's Miss Meg speaking from experience. Don't get nail polish on your carpeting. All right, so I've done the one side. Very, 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 very carefully, I'm gonna untape it and I'm gonna flip it over just a little bit. And I'm gonna tape it back down again so it doesn't go anywhere. And I'm gonna try to tape the other, paint the other side, just to give it a little bit of stability, just to keep it together. If you wanna try this again and you have your own cord at home, your own, this is kind of a hemp cord. Sometimes you can find some that's a little, it's a tighter cord. It's a more rigid cord. That might work a little better. The ones we had here at the library are a little bit more flexible. Also try to remember you want your beads to match the cord size. So I think these beads are a touch bigger, but that's okay. With the nail polish, we should be able to keep it pretty tight. And you can kind of make sure that the beads are sitting in the center of the cord like that. Beautiful, it's looking good. All right, and then when you have done all of that, you can take the bottom of the bracelet and you just make another knot similar to the one we made on the top. Oh, come on, you guys. It's okay if you get a little braid in it. And you give it a nice pull so it's nice and tight. You want the knots tight. And then you have a wish bracelet. Now, I would let this dry for just a little bit without playing with it too much or putting it on, just because we did do the nail polish. But once it has dried, see, you will have a nice bracelet. The beads only pop out a touch, so it's okay. And then you can put it on your wrist. You can put it on somebody else's wrist. And you tie it and you make a wish, and when it falls off, your wish is all done. So that's how you make a wish bracelet. You can come pick up the supplies at the library, and we'll see you soon. Bye.